Well, good morning, everybody. Um, I'm coming to you this morning from over at Hogpen Gap. I just have got on the trail and on the Appalachian Trail over here at Hogpen, and I'm heading northbound on the AT. I'm gonna hike up here to, I think it's called Sheeprock. Supposed to be a view up here. I don't know, I've never hiked this section of the Appalachian Trail, but I'm gonna hike up here and see if there's a view. Supposed to be about 3.5 miles up there, so get in a little bit of mileage today. It's a beautiful day. Temperature in the 60s right now. Breeze, I mean, it just feels amazing out here, but there's some beautiful wildflowers along the way. I've already saw here in just a couple 100 feet of this trail lots of wildflowers in bloom, so hopefully we'll see plenty of them today. But I'm going to continue on up the trail here and see if we can eventually find us a good view. Like I said earlier, we're hiking to, I call it Sheeprock, but it's actually called Sheeprock Top. And supposedly there's a good view there, and hopefully that'll be the case. But trail's been really good so far. I mean, I just started. It was a slight incline when you started from Hogpen Gap, but it was short-lived, and then it just leveled out up here on top of the ridge. But where we're going up here, this Sheeprock Top, is very close to the Low Gap Shelter. It's one of the AT shelters along the trail. I think we'll actually be less than a mile from the Low Gap Shelter. But this weather today is just amazing. It's only in the mid-60s right now, and there's a good breeze, so it's perfect weather to be out hiking. Really enjoying these cooler fall-like temperatures. But I want to keep on going down the trail here. Well, I just met my first small little group of people heading back in the other direction. Looked like a young family had been in here doing some overnight backpacking or something with their children. So that's always nice to see. It's always good to. They were young kids, and I like to see families get their young kids out here like this on the trail and experiencing nature. But I think total I've met about 6 people going in the other direction. There was a few cars at the parking area at Hogpen Gap. Today is Thursday. I wasn't expecting there to be that many people there, but there was a good many cars parked for Thursday. I'm taking some vacation time off from work in order to have a 4-day weekend, so I'm hoping to get in a lot of hiking while I'm off. So far the hike's been just wonderful. It's been fairly easy, only some slight inclines, and goodness, this weather is just absolutely amazing. Just feels wonderful out here today with this breeze blowing. And there's plenty of wildflowers all bloomed out along the trail. Just the whole way there's, you know, some kind of wildflowers been bloomed out. And well, it's always nice. Get to see all this fall color. It won't be long till the leaves will be changing, so that'll be some beautiful hiking weather when the leaves all start changing. Some of them beautiful fall colors. Really looking forward to that. Today, I tell you, I know fall's just right around the corner here. In a few days will be officially the first day of fall, but man, it is really feeling like fall here today. The air feels amazing. Well, here off to my left is the first camping area I've came to along this section of the AT. Got a fairly large camping area out here with a fire ring. Now during the spring when your AT through hikers start, these little camping areas like this along the trail, they fill up fast due to the influx of all them, you know, northbound hikers just starting around March and April. That's usually when the majority of that's going on. There'll be a ton of hikers out here. That looks like up through there where all that's roped off, it looks like an old section of trail that they have closed probably and rerouted to this way, because you can see there's been blazes on that tree right there. If I can zoom in on it, there's actually where they've rubbed the blaze off the tree, so that must be the old route, and probably Appalachian Trail Club got out here and rerouted it around this way. They do that when section of the trail usually gets really bad eroded and stuff like that, and they will reroute it to a better area where the land lays a little bit better for a trail and doesn't have as much risk for all that erosion and water running down it and so forth. They've actually been doing a lot of work like that on the AT here recently, closing some old section and rerouting the trail around it just because it's getting in such, you know, rough shape, washing away and so forth. So they'll block off those sections and fill them with brush and stuff to keep people from continuing to go that way, so it can return back to nature. Well, this month sort of celebrates a milestone for me. It's been exactly a year, almost a year to the date, since I got back into hiking. I'm trying to hike at least once every weekend. I was into hiking a lot years ago, and then just fell out of it, you know, with just life and general, work and so forth. So, didn't hike any for several years. But about a year ago, I got back into it, and I said, man, I really miss that. I had some stuff going on, and I said, I'm gonna start back. I really miss it. So I started back, and so far, it's been a year now that I've stuck to it, and like I said, I try to do at least one hike a week on the weekend, as long as the weather's permitting. And it's been about a year since I started the YouTube channel, and I'm really humbled because when I started that channel, I mean, any of y'all who's been a follower knows that my early videos, they were just slideshows of all the photos I took along the trail. Did that for a few months, and I was like, well, what the heck, I'm gonna try to start filming while I'm out on the trail. I was like, I don't know if any of these people want to listen to my old hillbilly self-talk while I'm hiking, but we'll try it. And I guess there's a lot of people that do like it, because now I'm over 600 subscribers to the channel, and I'm very humbled by that. When I started this channel, I never expected to get more than 5 or 10 subscribers, much less over 600. So I'm very humbled for that, by that, and I want to thank each and every one of you out there who subscribed. That's coming straight from the heart. Like I said, I never imagined I'd have, 6 subscribers, much less over 600. So I really appreciate that. I thank all y'all for sticking with me. Well, this trail has been fairly level and easy until now. I've started going up an incline here. As you can see, it's pretty steep. So my easy trail has came to an abrupt end. But I don't have much farther to go to get to where this overlook is supposedly at. I'm over 3/4 of the way there, so hopefully we won't have much of this, and it'll be arriving at a good view. Just keep your fingers crossed. Well, folks, it looks like I was skunked on this route over here that supposedly got a view on it, because I have I already went way on past where that view was supposed to be, and there's no view in sight, and doesn't look like going ahead that there's a view in that direction either. I was using the Far Out app, and it was, somebody had pinned that there was a great view. Like I said, I'm a good bit past that pinpoint on the map, so looking like I was skunked on this one. But now let me say that it looks like In the wintertime, when all the leaves are off the trees, there is probably a pretty good view. But right now, with all this leaf cover, there is no view. So maybe come back in the wintertime and there might be a view there. So I can't, just badmouth that pinpoint, because like I said, it could be there in the wintertime. But there ain't nothing there right now. So I'm gonna stop here and have a snack, drink some water, and then start heading back toward Hogpen Gap and the parking area, because I'm a little over 4.5 miles in on the Appalachian Trail right now. So turn around and head back. I'll be approaching that 9-mile mark. So I'm gonna be a tired puppy probably by the time I make it back to the car, and it's already 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So sorry folks if y'all were watching this video anticipating a grand view. It doesn't look like we're gonna have one today. Maybe when I make it back to the car and get back going home on the Richard B. Russell Parkway, I'll pull off one of the pull-offs and capture a view from the road. Because it doesn't look like I'm going to have one from the trail today. But still, it was great getting out here and experiencing all this nature and greenery and all that, and just enjoying this wonderful weather. It really feels like fall today. But I'm going to have a snack and take a break and start working my way back toward the parking area at Hogpen Gap. Well, I'm on my way back to the parking area, and this rock right here is where that pin point is for the overlook. As you can see, there's quite the trail worn out going over here to this rock, but you can see there's not a view right now, but like I said, I can't fault it too much. But I'm sure when the leaves are all off the trees, you do have a good view right here, but nothing right now. And so I guess this is a wintertime only viewpoint. But just talked to a kind gentleman that's on his way to Fontana. He started at Springer Mountain, and he was asking me what the weather was forecasting over the next few days, and I told him, it's going to be great weather. And he was quite happy to hear that. He was also talking about how dry it had been on his hike since he hit the trail at Springer Mountain. He said, man, there's just not any water. He said the last water I got was actually out of the tap at Mountain Crossing. He said, I'm really conserving. And he said he hoped, he's a shelter about another mile from here on the trail, the Low Gap shelter. There's supposed to be a water source there that, when I read some of the comments about this section of the trail this morning, they were saying that it was still flowing, but that if you make it there, you better camel up, because that's all the water there is to be found along the trail. But this time of year, you gotta keep that in mind. All these water crossings pretty much dry up, and they are few and far between. So Just keep that in mind. As you can see over there, like I was saying, leaves were off the tree, you'd have a good view, but can't see anything right now. But as I was saying about the water, this time of the year, all these creek crossing streams and everything dry up. And come over here in the wintertime, there'll be water just running everywhere. Every little, every little bit there'll be water across the trail. But this time of the year, it's not so. So keep that in mind if you're gonna do any through hiking this time of the year. And make sure you got plenty of water storage, so when you get to these few and far water sources, you can camel up and carry enough with you to last a while. Well, I made it back to where this old section of trail comes back into this one on the AT, and the camping area over here. So I'm making my way right along. I got about 1.5 miles left before I get back to the parking area at Hogpen Gap. So it's been a little bit more strenuous coming back. It was nothing major, but just a steady incline coming back. Of course, it's leveled out now, but just making my way back to the parking area. And like I said, I got about 1.5 miles left to go, so I'm gonna keep on trudging along. Well, as you can see, I have made it back to Hogpen Gap. Parking area is right down there. So I am finishing up this section of Hogpen Gap to Sheep Rock Top. Unfortunately, there wasn't any views, but it was still a great hike. Great to be out here today and enjoying this beautiful weather. I actually got sort of chilly as I was working my way back there, believe it or not. But great hike, great to be on the Appalachian Trail for a section. Anytime you're able to get on the AT, that's always good. But pretty good trail, pretty easy trail. There is a little bit of elevation gain, but it's pretty, it's not substantial or anything like that. So I'm sitting right on 9.03 miles total, and I am feeling it. As we have made it back here, looks like somebody's left a little bit of trail magic here, some water and so forth. But I hope you all have had a great day, and thank you for following along with me on this voyage. Even though we didn't have any awesome views or anything, I hope y'all still enjoyed following me along on the AT. So I thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time.